Welcome to the Programmatic Advertising course. I'll be the trainer. I'm Kiran, and I'll be coordinating with you. I'll be also working closely with you until the next 5 weeks, where I'll be taking you through the programmatic concepts, and also I'll help you explore the DB360 platform. A bit about me. As I said, I'm the programmatic consultant, trainer, and I have overall 9+ years of experience in digital marketing. I worked with top companies and the agencies in the market, like the Google, Dentsu, Yahoo, and IPG. Also, I have an exposure working across different regions, APAC, India, and Kenya. Fun thing, whenever I'm free, I love to travel and I play board games, especially chess. And also, I'm a big fan of motorsports. This is about me, and usually I have pointed a few subtopics here, as in what I'll be covering every week. So for the first week, it's morely about the basics, the programmatic, the ecosystem, and the overall environment, as in who are the key players, and I'll deep dive more into the programmatic and the ad workflow, as in where does the DSP set, where is the SSP, and what are the DMPs, ad servers in the market, and what do they do, where do they set, how many impressions are being served, so everything. And also, I'll give a brief introduction about programmatic buying, as in the different types of buying available, what are the different types of inventory that we can buy via programmatic. And it's kind of pretty subjective. Based on how you are grasping things, I'll be changing the topics here and there, and based on how relevant the topics are, I'll be changing. Also, I'll be bringing out the material for you from the internet. Whatever I think would be relevant, I'll try to showcase and explain things in a better way. So don't mind me changing the screens or the PPTs or the text. This is kind of an overview that I have added here, as in how the course going to be the day wise. So as I mentioned previously, it's going to be the first week. It's more of like uh, introducing you programmatic and the platform. So initially, I'll be taking through slowly on the topics mentioned here, like the week wise. So the first one about the introduction, second the targeting, optimization, the audiences, and geos, and also the performance metrics. And third week going to be more about reporting, campaign, deep diving the DB360. And the last other week's going to be it's more about the live case studies, the optimizations that I'll be taking through. So a bit introduction about the digital marketing, as in what it is, why it is important, and the benefits, and how or what are the strategies involved, like what are the multiple channels. So digital marketing here is morely based on the internet. Like traditionally, we have been doing offline, but here nowadays everything is digital. So when I say digital marketing, it covers everything, like all the channels that we are using, like the search, social video, and influencer marketing, affiliate marketing, content marketing. So it includes everything. So the main idea is to reach out to the people who are on the digital medium and try to promote the brands, try to showcase them, educate them about the brands, and making them aware what the product is about. Here the main importance, it's like more cost effective than the traditional marketing methods. And also here, like we have and a lot of brands that are trying to compete here on this space, like the websites, the videos, YouTube, the social media. And the best thing here is digital marketing, everything is measurable. Like we can understand the performances, we can understand the audiences, the audience journey, and also we can make a data-driven decisions based on the performance. Like it's not just running the campaigns, but we can go through the historical data, try to understand how the user is behaving, how he is engaging and interacting with the creators, and based on that, we can adapt, make changes, and we can improve our upcoming campaigns. So it's more of like engaging with the audiences or on with via the online medium, which sums up about the digital marketing. Uh, since it's like global, we can reach out to anybody across the global, and based on the formats we are serving, we have to like pay for the impressions that are being served. So also we will be getting the quantifiable results, and also we do personalize with the local elements. Like if we are running a campaign in Europe for like maybe Hungary, the language gonna be different. If you're running it for Germany, it's gonna be German, France, French. So you can personalize as per the audiences, and we can also connect with the customers, making it like a journey rather than just showing an ad and forget about it. And also to get the conversions, it's more of like conversion can be anything, purchasing or maybe any goal defined by the advertiser. So before running any of the campaign, there are certain things that we need to go to and keep in mind. First, about the goals, like what the campaign is about, what you're trying to achieve, what would be the objective. So if you have that clear understanding about the goals of the campaign, that would be easier for you to strategize the marketing campaign. Like you can plan exactly how it's going to be, how to reach out to. Also, defining your marketing efforts. So time to time, you can analyze the campaign's performance data, identify how it's going. If not, maybe tweaking certain elements, changing the targeting, defining it would really help to improve the performance. So, like continuously, it's an ongoing effort to understand and monitor the campaigns. Budget, it's again a major factor because not every other company can spend in millions. So whenever we are planning a campaign, or maybe, for example, there is a brand which gonna launch a market in Singapore and market in China. So it's not like that I'll be using same budget across the markets. China population is huge, Singapore it's tiny. So you need to understand how much budget is required for me to run a campaign to a particular geo. Also, you need to filter the audiences. Again, what is the goal, whether it's the awareness or it's the consideration. So you have to consider a lot of things in planning the budget. So budget is a very crucial thing in setting up or starting any marketing campaign. Identifying the audiences. So once you have some set budget for a campaign, it's more about identifying whom to show the ads, whom I should be reaching out on digital medium. So maybe a female of a certain age, or maybe a male who are more into sports or more into fitness. So first you need to identify your target audiences. That is when you can run an effective marketing campaign. Here I have listed few types of digital marketing channels. One is the search, the second is influencer and the affiliate, mobile marketing, content, email, social media, pay-per-click, and video marketing. So these are all the different channels that are available online. So depending upon the objective, depending upon my campaign goal, and where I feel my audiences are available, I'll be choosing a right channel. So it's so affiliate marketing is something where like I'm Amazon and I list products. People come to me and purchase. But if you are one of the kind of a customer where you continue regularly purchase products on the Amazon, but there is something called affiliate program where you've seen an opportunity like, okay, there are a lot of products on Amazon, maybe people are not aware of. Maybe there is a new AC that has been launched with an offer. So you sign up for the affiliate program with Amazon, you partner with Amazon, and you try to market that AC product. Maybe by putting a link somewhere on the blog
Oh,
or
okay.
maybe on a channel where if the person comes and clicks on that and do a purchase, even though the person is trying to buy it on Amazon, but you'll get some commission because
Got it.
it was via your referral. So it's more of like a
Okay.
referral, but it's on commission basis. Sometimes it can be different. So it depends on the agreement.
Yeah.
Influencer marketing, which you already do, it's more of like reaching out to the influencers and asking them to promote products. So it might be on social media or maybe doing some events. So it might can be anything. So mobile marketing primarily focuses the mobile platform. So you might be aware of the app campaigns. So if it's an Android, like a lot of apps are being available on the Play Store. So in order for you to get the awareness for the app, usually you run app campaigns so that everybody is aware ki, okay, there is an app available, and it directly gives me a link which redirects me to the Play Store and help me to install the app. So it's more of like everything happens on a mobile, exposure to the conversion. Content marketing, I'll take you through different like what it is. As I mentioned here it's more about the mobile marketing, where it primarily focuses the mobile technology. So it can be anything. It can be the ad which is shown on the pages, which is opened in a browser in the mobile, or it can be SMS. Even you might be observing like your service providers or even other companies might be sending you text regarding any promotions like they are running, anything that is relevant, like related to the something which they are promoting would be coming under the mobile marketing. Search engine optimization. So search engine optimization is more of like ranking the website. Like whenever there is a blog, suppose you've started a travel blog and you've been uploading the content, you've been writing articles, but however, nobody's coming to your page. In that case, the main reason would be your page might not be listing on the search engine whenever a person is searching for certain article. So in that case, you have to optimize your web page, which is called search engine optimization. So usually you try to make certain changes, like adding the content, adding the images, and getting a proper score, which will help you rank above for a certain keywords. For example, if I search racial travel blogs, uh, if you have any article relevant to that, if I do the SEO correctly, your page will appear on the top. That is when the user interaction comes to your page. That is how you get the traffic. So it's more of like an optimizing the web page. Affiliate marketing, as I said, the person going to be promoting somebody else's product through the referral. When the purchase happens, they'll be getting the commissions, and it's very big affiliate marketing. So everybody can do it. As again, if you have a blog, like you have a web page and you have been writing articles, maybe you can write an article something about currency, like how to convert money when we move abroad. Maybe you can link certain apps like Wise, or maybe some apps where it helps to convert the currency. So in that case, you are educating the customers about how to convert the currency, and also you have added a referral link. If anybody installs an app or anybody converts the amount, you would be getting a commission for that, which comes under the affiliate. Content marketing, it's more of like writing blogs or guest post or resources like ebooks, digital, or doing any podcast. So basically, it's more of creating the content and letting like it's more of like an approach where you reach out to the user with the content. And this is like mostly used right now, like every other, and like mainly the influencers are on the Instagrams right now. They are putting out the content. They are calling themselves as the influencers. Like everybody is mostly attracted first to the content, and that is how the marketing is. So if it's about the vlogs, or if it's about the blogs or the ebooks, whatever, it's more of like generating the content, making them aware, and also simultaneously you are marketing them. Email marketing is kind of traditional and pretty old. This is where you would be targeting the users, letting them know about anything about your product. But primarily, this email marketing comes at the bottom of the funnel, like bottom of the marketing funnel, where it will be helpful to retain the users. Like for example, on Amazon, I have purchased the product and like, or maybe I haven't purchased it. Or maybe I was trying to take a Prime membership, but I didn't complete the transaction. Maybe some point of time you will be getting an email from Amazon that hey, we have got an offer of the Prime. Maybe we have a discount like 100 rupees less. So email marketing is more like reminding about the brand, or it can also be like there are certain brochures which are sent via email, like if it is about anything learning a course, or rather just signing up for the course, you can send a kind of a brochure which gives the insights as in what is the course about. So you can just send an email putting out for the information, ki, hey, we have a new course where you can download the brochure and say if that is relevant to you. So it's more of like marketing trying to utilize this channel. So, however, it's more of like comes at the bottom of the funnel, mostly used for the retention purpose. Social media marketing, everybody is well aware of this, where it's more of like using the social platforms like Facebook, Insta, YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Pinterest, TikTok, which is banned in India, but globally it's very big. So using these platforms, trying to promote the products and showing the ads, reaching out to the customers. PPC campaigns, usually these are done via Google Ads. So uh, traditionally, whenever you're running a campaign, the buying model would be CPM, like you will pay for the impressions. But here on Google Ads, initially when it started, the most like volume of campaigns were the PPC campaigns. Like you'll pay to the platform only when a user clicks on your ad. So here the buying model is clicks. So initially, before programmatic, when the Google Ads was introduced, PPC was a big thing. Like most of them were playing on the clicks because compared to impressions, impression is just showing an ad, but PPC here, you are paying only when the user is interacting, clicking on your ad. So compared to impressions, here clicks gonna promise more engagements and better performance. Video marketing, uh, running a video format ads across the channels. It can be TV, or it can be the YouTube, or it can be the players on certain websites. So whenever you open a certain website, there might be a player where the video starts running like autoplay. So using a video format and trying to showcase the brand, and usually video is considered to be superior when it comes to awareness, because here you here like they would show they have the content, the video is around 15 to 20 seconds or 30 seconds depending upon like what he's using the file. So here you can story tell about your brand, you can educate, or you can show them the use case, what it is, how you can leverage the product, how it is useful. So it's more of like educating rather just showing an ad. So depending upon your objective, whether if it is an awareness, or whether if you have to show an application of any of the products, so video would be considered better compared to display. So yeah, this is pretty much a basic idea about digital marketing and the different channels involved. So programmatic 101. It's more of like I'll just try to give you basic concepts and information about the programmatic. So before we go by definition, as in what is programmatic, it is like programmatic is an application or maybe a software which helps the advertisers to buy the ad slots on a real-time basis. Basically, if I talk about a traditional buying, if I have to show my ad on New York Times, so before DSP, before the programmatic, I used to directly reach out to the person at the New York Times and ask him, I want to show the ads on your website on a certain page for a certain amount of time. And that is how the agreements happen. And then I traffic the creatives in the ad server. So usually, no matter what tool you use, the creatives are being uploaded and stored in an ad server. So I upload creatives in an ad server, download the tags or the pixels. So tags or pixels are nothing but a piece of code which would be shared with the publisher. And whenever that pixel is implemented on the page, the ad will be shown. So, for example, I'll try to explain it more clearly. If you see a website, you see it visually, right? All the images, the content, and everything. But at the back end, it's a piece of code. It's a piece of HTML code. So if I have to create a website, I have to first create a code and then execute it. That is how I can see the website. Similarly, for the creative, I can't directly share files like we do in WhatsApp. If I want to share some photo, I can directly send it to you. But in
Right.
the advertising market, it's not like I'll share the files with the publisher to showcase the ad. It doesn't take like that. It doesn't work because the system doesn't understand a picture as it. So first you need to upload the files in a certain ad server. Ad server by mean a place where I can upload the creatives, I can set up the campaigns, and I can get the reporting. Like I can understand, I can monitor, I can also see the results of the campaign. So in an ad server, I upload the raw files of the creatives that I get from the creative team. And once I upload them, there is an option to download them as a tags. So once I get it, I'll share it with the publisher and he's gonna place it on his website in a certain part, like where you want to show the ad as per the discussion. So then the ad would be served. So you can directly, once agreement is done, once he agreed, once he places the tag, when you reload the page, you would be seeing your ad. That is the proof the ads are serving on that specific page. Now, this is a very lengthy process. So if I have to start serving my ad, showing my ad on the New York Times, I should be starting this process maybe a couple of weeks earlier. First, I need to agreement, then we need to sign the papers, the purchase order, the tags and everything. But here they want like the market leaders want to eliminate this process and make it more quicker and faster since the digital marketing space is evolving. That is where the programmatic has come into the picture, where here they have developed a software which reaches out to the publishers on real-time basis. For example, if you have a brand, maybe a traveling bag, so if you want to reach out to the user, rather reach first shortlisting the websites and seeing which one is relevant for reaching out to them. If you can set up things in the platform like the DSP, it directly with the algorithm, it directly filters out the publishers and does the auction for you and finds the user, the relevant user, and it shows the ad. So everything is being automated and everything happens within milliseconds. It's not like it's gonna happen in a minute or a two. So everything happens very quickly in a blink of a second, not even a second, in a millisecond. So it's more of like automating the ad buying process. So multiple channels are involved here. We have the SSP, we have the ad exchanges, we have the DSP. So bypassing everything, I don't need to reach out to anybody. Just I need to set up my budget and set the campaign live. The programmatic, it directly bids, like participates into the auction. It bids, and if we are bidding higher, we win that impression and the ad will be served. This is what the programmatic is. So it's more of like why it is different from the traditional ad buying, because here we are adding the technology to the traditional buying and also the data. So data is also very important. Again, it's showing an ad. If you're just showing an ad to an older person about a super bike, it's irrelevant, right? No matter how many times you show, they are not at all interested. They'll not come to your webpage. So all your money would be wasted. But if I have the data, like once the campaign is run, I can pull the data and see which audiences, like what are the age, like what are the category, gender, the people has seen the ad, and whether they are engaging with my creatives, they are engaging with my ads. So you get the data, you would see the impressions, the clicks, the CTR, the metrics. and see, okay, this is not working for these audiences. So this time for the next campaign, I'll change it. I'll try to see which are the performing audiences. Like for the Superbike, young people between 20 to 30, and especially males, gonna be more relevant. So you would focus on these audiences rather showing it to some older person who is not at all interested. So data, we are trying to use the technology and the data which gonna help us uh, to get the most of this programmatic process. Okay. Now why programmatic? Like there are a lot of channels. Like everybody is aware of the social media because everybody uses it, but nobody, unless he's a marketer, he doesn't know about a programmatic. But usually, if you're running only ads on the social, so for a person like me, I don't use social platforms much. So if I'm not on the social platform and you are marketer where you're running campaigns only on the social media, that means you're losing me. So you can't show ads to me, but I'm a highly relevant customer. Like I work for a company and I regularly use laptop. So if you have a laptop company, then I'm a right user. But since I'm not on the social media, you can't show the ad to me and I'm not aware of your brand. So here, like programmatic is we are following the user. It's not about the social, but if a person is on the news sites reading news or the blogs, or maybe if he's on certain applications, like if you have gaming applications or using certain apps, or if you're on YouTube watching videos, content, or maybe if you're on Spotify listening to songs, or maybe on the billboards, you're going somewhere traveling, you see out of home billboards outside, right? Uh, so here, programmatic, you can follow the user, you can follow the customer, you can show him the ad wherever he goes. You might have already experienced it before, like if you have seen an ad on a certain platform, maybe on a mobile, anything about anything, it can be anything. Again, if you watch TV or maybe if you're on platform, you must have seen an ad, a similar ad. You might have retargeted. You might have wondered how. So that is what the programmatic is. So social is more about targeting on the social. Search is only targeting the search platforms. But here programmatic, you can target all the channels. Like wherever the user goes, your ad follows. I think it was a tagline for Vodafone. Yeah. Uh, so in real time, it happens. Like also everything is real time. Like it doesn't take time. If I've seen an ad, for example, I'm targeting a user sitting in Mumbai, uh, with an age group of 25 and a male. So maybe he have seen an ad on his mobile phone when he was traveling in cab. But again, if once he reaches office, there might be a probability that he might see an ad in his laptop also. Maybe if he goes to shopping, he might see a banner outside. So I can target a person across channels using programmatic on real time basis. So it's not like if I see an ad today or maybe after a month, I'm gonna show another ad. No, I can show multiple ads in a day. Like I have that lever to control like what's the frequency I can show the ads. Also, now AI is a big thing, and the landscape is evolving, and a lot of innovations are coming in. So there is an active usage of AI into the platforms where initially in the programmatic when it has started, we used to. I'm giving an example. So we used to set some bids. Like bid is an amount that you are ready to pay for an impression. For example, if I have to show, if I'm showing an ad to certain people, like for 1,000 impressions, I am paying $1. So usually the competition decides how much should be the minimum bid. So initially, we have to do a testing, like whether a $1 will work or whether a $2 will work. But now, I don't need to intervene. I can set the bidding to automate. Like the system will try to analyze what's the bidding, the minimum bidding in the market, and what's the competition, what the others, how much the others are paying, and it's try to decide the bidding by itself. So if it's $3 is the market value, so it's gonna bid 3.1. If you're bidding higher, you're gonna win the impression. So this is kind of AI automates the process. So this is just bidding, but there are a lot of other fronts where AI is being actively involved. It is being added to the platforms where a lot of decisions are being made on real-time basis without a human intervention. In terms of negotiating a publisher, so there are tools where if you want to run on a certain platform, directly within the DV360, you have an inventory tab where you can go, you can see the inventories that are available, and you can just select your options, and the deal would be ready. Like you can just apply it once you get a response. You can directly apply it to the line item and you can just run. So a lot of things are getting automated. Initially, everything we have to take care, every other option, but now based on like it learns from the historical data. So anything like you have been running for some time now, so the AI tries to learn. It has the algorithms in place. So it learns from the historical past data and try to refine, modify, and enhance the marketing campaigns accordingly. So just a bullet pointers, massive reach, as I mentioned earlier, you can reach out to on different channels. Uh, you can reach out to multiple kind of inventories. The with the creative format, it's not like you can only use display across all the channels. Maybe if a person is watching YouTube, you can show him a video ad. If he's listening songs, you can show him an audio ad. So you can play around between the channels and also the creative formats. I think the main thing that elevates the programmatic from other marketing methods is the targeting. Here, you have a lot of levers that you can play around with. And also, we have like very precise targeting. Like I can literally filter down to my relevant target audiences. So I'll give you a small example here. Like when I compare DV360 with the Google Ads, if I'm running an ad on a Google Ads, I don't have much options to play with. I have limited options like setting the budget, selecting the geo, and I can just input some bid. These are the main things I can select. But here, DV360 or in any other DSP, you have a lot of options here. Like how much is the frequency that you want to show the ad, and if you want to target on the interest basis, or if you want to target on the first party list, or if you want to target on a certain time, maybe like we have 24 hours, maybe you want to target an ad in the morning 8 o'clock, you can do that. Maybe you can target only a certain device, mobile phone, you can do that. Even in the mobile, you want to target only the apps, you can do that. So you can drill down, you can target the user precisely. And again, this can be decided once you have the data. Like once you understand the user, that if your users, your customers are heavily on the mobile phone compared to the laptop, so that is when you try leveraging the targeting option and target only the mobile instead of targeting other channels where you're not seeing the performance. Yeah. So precise targeting, multiple formats. As I said, we can leverage display, video, native, audio, OTT, and also there is a possibility that I've given an example of New York Times, where traditionally I can reach out to the publisher. I can talk to them. Maybe I'm investing 10,000 rupees. I want to show ads. So if there are users, I can spend 10,000 completely per a month. If there are no relevant users, there is a probability that my amount is not spent in full. So in that case, I can't really scale, right? So if the ads are not visible or the people are not interested, nobody is seeing my ad, my budget will not spend. There would be a leftover. So in that case, I won't be able to scale. But here in programmatic, it's not like that. If your ad is not scaling on a certain website, I can go and bid on another website, or if I can go and maybe go to another channel. So here I can diversify my budgets. I can go to other sites, other publishers, other applications in order to show an ad. I won't rely on a single publisher and I wait for him to spend the budget. So yes, this explains more about the traditional advertising. As I mentioned, if there is a brand where they want to show an ad on a certain website, So they don't have like any middle players. We have to reach out to the publisher directly and talk to them, and then only I can show the ad. But in the programmatic, it's not like that. We have certain elements, certain players, which will help advertiser or facilitate the ad buying process. So I have a diagram for you which explains clearly. So before I explain it, so here some of the players, if you can see, there are names, maybe you can recall few. So programmatic agencies like Dentsu or Amnet, or these are like the called the agencies, and data providers are Oracle, Adobe, like these are the data providers, like the third party data segment provider. DSPs is more of like the TTD, the DV360. This comes under the Amazon, Yahoo comes under the DSP exchanges. Like Google has its own exchange, and also AppNexus, PubMatic. These are the exchanges. Publishers, it can be anything. It can be a website or it can be Google, Yahoo, because they have their own websites. Managed buying solutions. So I'll explain you clearly. I have diagram for you, which explains clearly the flow of the ad buying. Just give me this. Yeah. So here, I can explain you how things work. So first, you see the chart, right? The diagram.
Yes, yes, sir.
So we are at the advertiser's side. So usually a brand who wants to show the ad is called the advertiser. He advertise about his brand, and even agencies comes over here. So all the agencies, usually for example BMW, directly a BMW person can't run an ad. He needs some resources, he needs some people to help him. That's why they reach out to the agencies. That is why agencies comes into the picture. So advertiser agencies usually be there on the advertiser side. So you can call us the agencies and the brands as an advertiser. So for example, if I want to show an ad on a certain publisher, so publisher is again a website. Any website is called a publisher. Basically, publisher is kind of a web page or a website or an application where ads are being showed. Like I have a content, like I can be a news website, I can be a maybe electric gadget website, or I can be anything, any publisher, any website where I have a slots and the advertisers show an ad on my web page. I'm called the publisher. Got it?
Yes,
So I use this word ad server initially. So if I have to show an ad, first I need to have a platform where I can set up the campaigns, I can use upload the creatives. So ad server is kind of a hosting. It's kind of a server which stores my data. So that is the ad server. And second comes the DSP. DSP acronym is Demand Side Platform. So DSP comes on the advertiser side. So DSP is more of like another platform which helps me to execute the programmatic process of programmatic buying. Like in order to automate, in order to buy the impressions on real time, like in order to leverage the programmatic concept, I have to use a DSP. So that is how the DSP comes into picture. And this is the advertiser side. Now I'll talk about the publisher side. So publisher, as I explained, a web page where an ad is shown. And again, publisher has its own ad server, which is called publisher ad server. So if I have to monetize my ad slots, for example, you have a website and you have ad slots available. Me sitting in America, I don't know your website. I don't know who you are. I can't really reach out to you. I don't have your contact details. So it becomes difficult for me to show an ad on your page. But however, for me, you are a right publisher. You are a relevant publisher. Since in order for a publisher to monetize its ad slots, he has to create a server where it automates the process. So even at the publisher side, somebody has to take an account, right? How many slots are available? What
Mm.
are the different sizes? Or like when they are available, are they being used by any other advertisers? So to keep an account, they have an ad server to manage their ad slots. Then comes the SSP. SSP is the acronym is supply side platform. Just like DSP, there is an SSP. So SSP is again a platform which helps the publisher to sell the inventory on real-time basis. Traditionally, if I have to sell the inventory, I have to reach out to the buyers, like reach out to the buyers and ask them to buy the inventory. So that is again a tedious process, takes a lot of time. Even the automation happened at their end as well. So they have got a platform called SSP where they automate. It helps to automate and monetize their ad slots. So, for example, Google has its own SSP where they can list down the ad slots that are available in its websites. And so this SSP and the DSP has to connect somewhere, right? Somebody has to there to connect the both. Like DSP
Mm.
tries to find the inventories, like the ad slot, and SSP tries to find the buyers, like who is ready to buy. So in order to
Right.
connect these two, we have ad exchange. Earlier, it was called as ad network. Now we call it as ad exchange. So here, this is the place, this is the platform where everything happens. Like an exchange of an ad, an exchange of an impressions, an exchange of money. So here, the DSP has like ads or the creatives to show. SSP has the ad slots which they want to sell. So ad exchanges. So what the SSP does is for example, SSP is linked with 10 other publishers. So total, they have 100 ad slots which are ready to monetize. So they go to the ad exchange and say, hey, have 100 ad slots. So please help me find a buyer for these ad slots. So ad exchanges take this information and keep it with them. Again, the DSP would reach out to the ad exchange and say, hey, I want maybe 50 ad slots. I have ads to show. Do you have it? Like ad exchange facilitates the process. So, so I told about the auction, right? A lot of
Right.
competition is there. There are lot of brands come in and they want to show. For example, India today, I want to show an ad. You want to show the ad. So ad exchange is confused here. Like I have one slot, but how can I give it to these people because they are like fighting? In that case, that is why we have auction in place. It asks the advertisers, whoever bids more, I'm gonna give this ad slot to them. So the auction happens on an ad exchange. But one thing, if there is only one ad exchange and there are multiple advertisers and there are multiple publishers, it gonna take it all, right? It gonna hang. So there are a lot of exchanges monitoring a lot of inventories. As I gave an example, Pubmatic is one of an ad exchange. Magnite is one of an ad exchange. Google has its own ad exchange. Yahoo is like one of an exchange. So I'll give you an example. Google has its own ad exchange because it monetizes its own inventory, like Google Gmail, YouTube search feed, and also they have some other Google owned sites like the merchandise center. So like all those slots are being added to the Google ad exchange. uh, for example, if I go to Magnite, which is a third party ad exchange, and I say ki, hey, I want to serve ad on one of the Google's website, can you do that? But Magnite says, I'm a third party ad exchange. I don't have rights and I don't have like Google's inventory available. In that case, I reach out to Google directly rather reaching out to any third party. So here in the ad exchanges, different ad exchange has different set of inventories, different set of ads available. So like I'll show you in the platform, you have a list of ad exchanges available. So whenever you're setting up a campaign, you can select the ad exchanges that you like. I'll give you a other thing, like another insight. So whenever you're running a campaign, it's not that the performance gonna be same on all the exchanges, like on all the ad slots. Some might perform better, like Google or Yahoo. Some might not perform better. So you would focus only on the ad exchanges that are performing well. Maybe Magnite is doing well and Google is doing well. So you run campaign only by selecting these two. So you have that leverage. So basically you select the ad exchanges, and even at the SSP, they do select the ad exchanges though, so that the ad inventories from the publisher will flow and go to the ad exchange. And then the advertiser, the DSP, will go to the ad exchange, bid, participate in the auction, and buy the impression, that buy the ad slot. And again, it comes back once the ad is like, that is how, like, once it has decided, like for the India Today, I have paid $2 and I won the auction. And that is when I'll show the ad to the user, to the end user. So this is the workflow. It happens like, do you have any? Because this is main, even in the interviews, or maybe whenever you're working, it's really important for you to understand this, because this is the core concept of programmatic. Like the question gonna be like, what are the channels involved in the programmatic buying? Like where does the SSP stand? Where does the DSP stand? What is an ad server? So you should be able
Yeah.
to picture this in your mind. So if you understand this, probably it will be like a cakewalk for you further whenever we are talking about the other concepts. There is a workflow, as in how the impression is served. So I'm from very long time, I've been saying impression is being served, ad is being shown. But I'll also try to explain you what exactly or how exactly the impression is served, and whenever user clicks, what happens, like what happens at the back end, how a tag is being triggered, who sends the creative, who calls it, who redirects the person or a user to the web pages. So I'm gonna explain you detail about this in our next tomorrow's session. Cool. So basically, these are the main concepts which everybody is lacking nowadays. So if you can get these two, like the general workflow of programmatic and also the journey of an impression and a click. So if you master these two, then you'll be having like your be setting a clear and I mean a strong base, which gonna help you like build another concepts on top of this. Cool. That's it for today.